That is right, folks. No crazy, insane shit. I promise. Right? No, just later. No, just
Yeah,
kidding,
later.
folks.
Yeah, later.
MCU's Bleeding Edge report, baby. The MCU Bleeding Edge report. I almost forgot there for a while. I was trying to add an S to it when it is the MCU Bleeding Edge report. Episode 9, Andres. Right?
Yeah,
Episode 9, man.
yeah.
That's
9.
one away from 12.
Can't believe it. Oh my god, we're gonna be in 12.
You did catch me on that one, right? Like 9 does not add 1 to 12.
No.
No, it doesn't, brother. No. They see, hey, you know what? That's what happens when it's your birthday. You get all fucked up. No, I'm just kidding, bro. Hey, you know what? I wish it was the 60th episode so that we could connect it to Andre's 600th birthday or wherever he is in his time cop dimension that he lives there, whatever. I'm not even sure how your birthday works, Andres, considering the fact that you live in different dimensions and everything, and you've traveled time, right? I mean, you were in time cop, right? Or something, or
Time Lord. I'm a Time Lord, folks. If you know that.
uh,
Oh, my God.
I bet you like Highlander, don't you?
Oh my god. I think I mean I'm a huge sci-fi guy. Time travel is my favorite thing. Anyway, yeah. So hello everyone. Yep, today is my birthday, and yeah, I got 2 birthdays actually. Haha. This is the big twist. I got a birthday on August, and then I got one in October. That is my official birthday. So
That's awesome, man.
yeah, that's my story of my character.
When you mentioned it was your birthday, I thought to myself, you know what? I think my 1 year anniversary of becoming a Bandmate fan is right around now. It's coming up. I've either passed it or
Ooh.
I'm coming right up on it. From if you look on the YouTube channel, you can see right when I found it, because I made my first reaction video literally like a couple days after I saw Ryan Mears that we brought on the show, baby. Got him on here, motherfucker. What's up, Ryan? How you doing, brother? Ryan Meir. Andre's Ryan Meir. I told you was the guy that gave me the advice on my bass.
Okay.
You must see one of his reaction videos before. He does a lot of the J Metal, J Rock stuff.
Ooh, unfortunately I don't see those.
It wouldn't be in your feed.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be in your feed. No, but anyways, folks, MCU's Bleeding Edge report, MCU's Bleeding Edge YouTube channel podcast. Andre's the pop culture guy, special guest, co-host on the MCU's Bleeding Edge, on the MCU Bleeding Edge report. God damn it, who will have his own spot on the About page on our newly redesigned, very soon outcoming website that my genius daughter is hard at work at right now. Hats off to you, Isabella. You better kill it with that shit. Or I'll beat your ass. No, I'm just kidding. I'll take away your allowance. No, I won't. I'm just kidding. She doesn't get no allowance. She's 19. Come on now.
True. That's true.
Anyways, no, folks. Just all I'm going to say from my part is that, yes, I'm very blessed with the fact that I actually have a family member on the Bleeding Edge team, and honestly, it feels good. It's nice. It's a nice start for us. It feels good to have people that actually pay to help us, right? And of course, Andres, I wish you the biggest happy birthday in the world, brother, from the MCU's Bleeding Edge. You couldn't have a better person. I could have found had a better person to do the Bleeding Edge report with than you, honestly. Honestly, man, at that point, folks, hey, look, support the MCU's Bleeding Edge YouTube channel podcast, support the MCU's Bleeding Edge report. All right. At the end of the day, though, as I've mentioned a couple times now, and I've got the advertisements I'm working on right now with my daughter Isabella. I've got the ads coming up and the shorts coming out. We're going to have a big push. We want to get Andres. He's already close on his own. We want to get Andres over 1,000 on his main YouTube channel and Cyber by the end of the year. We've got what? 5 full months?
Yeah. Something like that.
Wow, the year really slowed down, didn't it? It was blown away and then it just.
I mean, I think it's more faster.
No, I mean it was flying by and then it kind of. Do you feel like it kind of slowed a little bit because of the summer, maybe the heat?
Maybe so, yeah. I don't know. It's just tough. It's going to be very fast when we get to fall in October. And then,
oh well, yeah, we got a lot of stuff to cover.
Yeah. So it's totally something. But yeah. Oh, can't believe it.
Go ahead, brother. Launch into it. What's up? Hey, folks, look, we're here to talk. I mean, more than anything, more important than any other topic, more important than Barbie, more important than crack. The Time Cop, the Highlander, is the fact that literally it is Iron Man's 60th anniversary as a actual character, as being introduced. And thank you to Andres for mentioning to me that it's also the X-Men's.
Yep. Yeah. So this month is this year. Let me say this year, because I don't want to get too technical. What month is for which character? Just check it out. This year is 60th anniversary for Iron Man, X-Men, and some of the major characters that came out in '63. I think Daredevil is this year as well, which is cool. But don't quote me on that. So yeah, so I just brought up this to Jeff. I'm a big Iron Man fan. That's how I got into Marvel Comics, because of the first Iron Man movie of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Hint, hint, MCU, Bleeding Edge style. So I thought it would be great to discuss Iron Man. So yeah, so I brought up I was aware of Iron Man. A lot of folks, you guys, had the luxury of seeing Iron Man in the MCU. That's how you got your exposure of this character, stuff like that. For me, I was a little aware of the character because of the '90s cartoon. It's like in reruns, and I had like the two direct animation Ultimate Avengers movies that Iron Man's there, but it wasn't until the first Iron Man movie that I really became a Iron Man fan. Uh, I agree. You should do that. So, and yeah, so I fell in love with that character after the first movie, and whatever you want to say about Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3, I think in hindsight, I think the trilogy of Iron Mans were really great. They really expand the character and took him in directions where the MCU took him until Endgame. And so yeah, it's crazy. 60 years of this like character has grown. Like first up, like look at the suits he has. Like from the gray armor suit to the classic red and gold, and the various designs of the red and gold. If you've seen those, like the '90s cartoon that's directed from the comics, or the extremist armor that inspired the first Iron Man suit. If you didn't know that, or the bleeding edge armor. Yes, that's right. There's a bleeding edge armor. Called that. So, but yeah. So I just want to talk about Iron Man, and that's how it is. I'm working on two projects about Iron Man stuff. The villains, which I already did in my other channel, the DC Marvel Plus stuff. You can check that out. And my top 10 Iron Man armors. So like my favorite armor is the modern version armor that's from the '90s cartoon to the comics. That is really cool. I really like that. I really like the Mark III MCU suit. I mean, that's still the classic. I really like that. The Avengers, the first suit, the Avengers Mark VII, I really like. I really dug the heavier kind of bulkiness of the suit. And then honestly, the Endgame suit. I mean, come on. The Endgame suit is one of the best suits because it's literally the comic accurate suit from the Steve Ditko design. And I was so surprised they did it. And it worked. I love that. And then last thing with the live action suits that I like is the Iron Man 3 suit, the inverse color, the golden red. At first I was kind of like, I don't know, the color was okay, but I thought it was really good. I thought it looks really great. I just wish we spent more time with it. I wish that Tony, the character, had like more differences he wears with different colors, besides the usual red and gold. Like it'd be kind of cool to see like the black and gold armor that happened around 2011 during the Marvel Now. That was pretty cool, and yeah, I it's kind of funny that they didn't do that, or the other one, the Superior Iron Man suit. That looks cool. I didn't mind it, but it's I don't know, like all blue and white kind of chrome. It's I don't know too much.
I'm trying to remember what was the what mark was it during it? It was during the, I believe it was during the either the early or the mid '80s when he had the silver and red. Remember that? Was,
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's the Silver's Centennial armor. That was after during the
is
Stain run.
that where that came from? That's from the Centaurian.
Yeah, it's in Iron Man 3. That's the first armor that Tony gets when he brings all the Iron Legion in that like oil rig that the extremist soldiers are at.
We're not talking about the same Centaurian that's Kang that is a very a Kang, are we?
No, 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 no. It's the armor is called Silver Cent. Um,
Oh, okay. All right. All right. All
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, I don't want to talk too much about King, but
No, but you know what I'm saying. There is one of the Kangs does become in the
yeah,
comics one of his
yeah, I know.
one of his most shittiest versions, right?
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, yeah, it's so weird with King. Yeah, yeah, folks, if you even know what Jeff was talking about, it's a character of Kane who's like I don't know. I think he was like an Iron Lad or something like that. But like,
No, the what do you call it? I'm gonna have to pull it up now. God, I've been talking about this for so long. He was in
yeah,
he wasn't he in the Council of Kangs at the end of Quantumania?
yes. If you folks seen M3, yeah, he's the one with the was it like the blue lights like in his chest? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the Silver Satan. Yeah, he. By the way, folks, his design is different from the movie. His was more red and silver, as I think Jeff was alluding to. It's crazy. No worry. If when we get to X-Men, it's gonna be more complicated. Because anyway. So we brought up the Silver Centennial armor. Folks, that's the armor that's classic because that was when during the '80s where Iron Man was unfortunately got he like what's the word like he relapse over alcoholism because of what Obadiah Stane, Jeff Bridges' character from the first Iron Man movie, um, you know, tricked Iron Man. Like he took over Iron Man's company in the '80s, made him drunk again, and kidnapped his friends and loved ones. It's crazy, and that run in the 1980s, he gets a new armor that is the silver and red. And I just alluded now the Silver Centennial armor. You do see it in the Iron Man 3 movie. That's the first armor that Tony jumps in when the whole Iron Legion arrives to help Tony to defeat the extremist soldiers slash Argent Killian in the final act of Iron Man 3. So and it's a great armor. I love that armor, and that's in my list. The Hulkbuster, come on, like the Hulkbuster is great. Armor, is in my list. I don't know what you think about Age of Ultron. That scene was awesome. Seeing the Hulkbuster,
Oh yeah.
um, it was it was so great. I did not like how Infinity War like designed that version. I wish they kept that design from Age of Ultron. But anyway,
I've been wanting to do honestly the longest time, Andres. I've been wanting to do to really like do a deep dive and do like I don't know, like a 2-part series of
mhm.
discussing how I think it actually would be something that might even like really catch a lot of like get a lot of hype. We might even like do some real damage like stat wise. Um, if we did like a real deep dive explaining why Age of Ultron is actually just as equally fucking good as the first Avengers movie, or in its own way, and where it comes in context of the MCU itself throughout the phases and the evolution of the films and the production of Marvel Studios of the characters. Age of Ultron is not a horrible movie at all. It's actually outstanding.
Yeah, no. I mean, I personally, I don't hate Age of Ultron. I just think it's I call it a mid-tier MCU film. It's good, but it doesn't exceed my expectations. But it's a really great film to watch. There's great things about the film. Like Vision is great. His introduction was great there.
Mm-hmm.
I like Scarlet Witch. Um, I appreciate Hawkeye like getting more role in the film, especially leading into like Hawkeye, the TV show, and Disney Plus. So I agree with you, Jeff. I think we can discuss that too. Part there's just so many, like so much in Age of Ultron.
That's the thing is I think that it's something that really has to be researched heavily. You know what I'm saying? I think it really has to be broken down, and it's one of those things where it really has to be done almost like a la Screen Crush. You really got, you know what I'm saying? Like you really got to strip it down. You know, really break it down. And I'm not saying go as heavy as Ryan with like the and his team with the whole, you know, super visual aspect, hints to everything whatnot, where everything is displayed visually, right? Like you every single thing that he mentions is they pull it up immediately, right? From like the comics or from the film, you see the scene and all that kind of shit. I'm not saying take it to that level. I'm just saying get critical in terms of what it is about the film that worked and didn't work, right? You know what I'm saying? And like how really it doesn't have that many flaws. It really doesn't.
No.
And again, it was necessary.
Yeah,
for the arc of the characters, the Avengers themselves, all of them.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's a middle chapter of the overall saga, which I mean we didn't know at the time. You know, like we didn't know about.
You can't win in between the original Avengers and Infinity War and Endgame.
No, it's gonna be tough. But it doesn't matter. I mean,
it doesn't. But it's interesting. I find it interesting because I think that there's going to be a time where down the road where we are going to come back and coalesce as MCU fans again, right? That we're going not that we're that divided, but I'm just saying I believe there's going to be a time down the road. I do, folks. I think that Andre feels the same way. We're more optimistic, all of us. Cyber is too. You know, Kendra is. We all are. At the end of the day, we're all fans. When it boils down to it, we want to see the MCU do well, and we want to see it come back in whatever form it is, whatever different form, and just give us something similar. Not the same shit as Endgame, right, Andres? Something similar. Come, give us something close, right? That's all we need, right? Yeah. And honestly, who knows, Andres? Something different could come off at first as just okay or pretty solid, and then again, time could pass by, and people could be like, "Holy shit, Kang Dynasty was fucking awesome." You know what I'm saying? Like it really was. It's just so we compared it to Endgame and Infinity War, the original Avengers.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out. I think this year's the Avengers 60th anniversary. This lets people know like that they came together very quick in '63. Like,
shit, that's right. It is. It's 2023. So okay. Now I get it. Now I understand the whole emphasis of the 60th and 61st and 62nd. That's when all the characters came out was from the 60s.
Yeah,
except for Captain America and Spider-Man.
No, theirs were like, what was it? Captain was 2 years in 2021, I think, and then last year was Spider.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. No. I thought Captain America came out even earlier than that. Didn't Captain America come out in the 40s?
Yeah. His was in. Well, hold on, let me.
Wasn't he in some of the booklets that they used to send over to the soldiers and shit during World War II?
Yes, his was like around where the Flash and Aquaman came out, like around 1940 and 1941, like very early.
Was Captain America? He was actually the first original Marvel comic character ever, right?
No. That's Namor. Namor is the first thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
No, Namor was the first mutant.
Yeah, well, that came later, but for Marvel, well, like long story, Marvel wasn't called Marvel yet. Marvel was called Timely Comics during the 40s, and I think yes, thank you, love that picture. By the way, folks, that's the image I like. It's the classic 60s version of the golden armor of Iron Man from Fight Steve Ditko. Oh, Stan Lee, miss him.
Can't believe it,
5 years. You know this? 5 years since he's passed. 2018.
5 years since Infinity War came out.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. I watched an Infinity War trailer reaction yesterday. I saw how long it had been. I hadn't watched one in a long time.
Yeah. It's tough for me to go back to that.
There's some of the best. I think those are probably going to end up going down as the best trailer reactions ever. There's never going to be any better ones than the ones from Endgame and Infinity War.
No. They were good. They were amazing.
In terms of the emotion, right?
Yeah.
You know, people were like living and breathing it.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. I mean, oh my god, the announcement for the title for the Avengers 4, for Endgame, was a big deal towards the end of 2018, December, and then they were like, Endgame. I was like, oh, okay, makes sense.
You know what was fun, Andres? At one point, we've had people come on the show before that have never seen things like Marvel celebrates the movies, right? And you throw that at them real quick and whatnot, and they hear Stan Lee and everything and whatnot, right? And they're like, holy shit, that's dope. Then there's people who have never seen, we've had guests and people on who have never seen reaction videos themselves at all. Like Renee Lucasman was on and whatnot, that was a little older, right? They're not even us. Not even us old dinosaur motherfuckers. And literally, she'd never seen a reaction video before. So when we play a reaction video for her of like the final battle of Endgame, she absolutely loved it. She thought it was like the best thing ever. You know what I'm saying? Like she couldn't believe that was what reaction videos were. She's like, this is awesome. You know, like seriously. But no, God, man. Even there's so many reaction videos people don't even like know. Right? If you gotta look for like the ones of at Comic-Con, the ones that people in the theaters when they first played the trailers for the first original Avengers film, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, seriously. There's literally only 2 reaction videos on YouTube of the original Avengers trailers.
Yeah. Oh my god. I mean,
mashups.
Mashups, yeah. Well, I mean, trying to figure out, like, I think reaction videos didn't start until like around Age of Ultron. Like it was around the Force Awakens. Remember, like, is when the Force Awakens that it started to become popular, right? Like, this is the
was it no was it I think it was when did Force Awakens come out?
2015. Like, okay.
You might be right then.
Yeah, I mean, I at that point, I mean, like around 2012 through 2015, I was already into YouTube, and so like that mashup didn't start become big thing until The Force Awakens was coming out in 2015, which is the same year as Age of Ultron.
Because I'm such a big generation fan when it comes to Marvel, the Avengers one. That I can tell you right now that it was even with Ultron, Age of Ultron. There's same thing. There are only 3 Age of Ultron trailer reaction mashup videos. That's all there are.
Yeah. It was only like 2 trailer, like, yeah, I mean, I think one thing that was a flaw with Age of Ultron is like Disney were way overhyping Age of Ultron with this marketing. There were like so many clips and trailers they were doing with Age of Ultron. It was kind of like, okay, I think I saw like like a bunch of the whole movie. Of course we didn't see like other things like Vision was like the most secretive thing from Age of Ultron. Like we didn't see like I'm trying to figure out, like, I think just one shot of him like looking at the glass and that was it, I think. And yeah, and then of course the like the cool, like, the 180 circle of all the Avengers.
Oh God, yeah.
And in Age of Ultron again was like cool, and then you saw a little bit of Vision.
I've always wanted to know what the hell what you actually call that in the industry. If you are a cameraman, like from a cinematic standpoint, like what that's called, that kind of shot. There's got to be a term for it.
It's called a 180 degree because you're like circling around the actors in like such a like say symmetrical degree or something like that. Yeah, it's because the thing is you cannot break that rule of 180 degree when you're showing the film, because you have to like laser focus on the actors in this particular spot, because you're setting up the shots carefully, to make it either dramatic or like in a very particular way for the scene to move very smoothly for the editing of the film, stuff like that.
No, let me ask you a question, Andres. Have you ever seen that done before that movie?
I A couple times, like if you've seen the Michael Bay movies, he does that, like around the camera thing. If you've seen Bad Boys with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, like the first two films, like he does that with his actors, and
Okay.
then
Yeah.
and
It's just
I
different context.
yeah, it's a different context because there, like, he's just showing, like, oh my god, how cool, these two, bad boys, cops, that's just causing collateral damage in Miami, whatever, in their country. It's funny with Bad Boys too. Like, they literally invade Cuba in Bad Boys 2. I don't know what's up with Michael Bay in these countries. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna invade Cuba. I'm like, why? Like, you're trying to stop a drug dealer, from kidnapping your sister. I get it, but there could have been other ways to do it. But instead, they just want to go to Cuba and cause collateral damage, which I'm fine with. But like the implication of just breaking all international territories and all that crap, it's just funny. Anyway, if you guys haven't seen Bad Boys 2, it's bonkers. It's crazy. It's Michael Bay full carnage / mean spirited way in a freaking funny way, and it's funny. Anyway, I my family watched Bad Boys 2 so many times. It's just funny. And the third one's great. Bad Boys for Life, great film. I will love it.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, you need to see that one. It was such a good third film. It's the best series of the Bad Boys films. I'm excited for the fourth film. Anyway, so piggyback on Iron Man. Last thing, I checked Captain America. He's from 1940, so his birthday was around 2021, and I know that because I did a podcast with my host Will discussing the 80th anniversary, and so I remember that. So yeah, because last year there was other anniversaries like Ant-Man, Thor, their anniversaries was last year. Hulk, thank goodness I did that. I love Hulk, and his anniversary.
That's right because Hank Pym Ant was one of the original Avengers.
Yeah. Well, by the way, folks, like, he came before the Avengers formed, so yeah, like a lot of the 6 original members came like a year before the Avengers formed in 1963.
Yeah.
And
no, and the Wasp was in it too.
Yes, yeah. Jane was there before she became the Wasp. It's been a while since reading the first issue. No, oh my god. No, I seen that picture, folks. Anyway, it's funny. It's like, what? Anyway, yeah. So anyway, okay. Get back to Iron Man. I just lost my thoughts now. Villains. I don't know. Yes, I love that shot. This is from the famous writer, the artist. I think. Trying to figure out who was drawing this. I'm just checking my notes here, folks. It's Lieber. I think Lieber drew that, or someone important. But yeah, Iron Man has like a very interesting rogues gallery. He has one of those like underrated villains. Like, I know, like, everyone knows about the Mandarin, which was in the third film, Iron Man 3, and then of course Wang Wu and Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings. But there were really other great villains. Like Ghost is an Iron Man villain. He's great. I know it's a she in the MCU, but the gender is male in the comics. Obadiah Stane, the Iron Marker, he's a great character. I still like the version they gave us in the first Iron movie, but it's a far cry from the version that they did in the comics. And then, what was the other one that was top tier for me? Justin Hammer, he's another major villain that I like. And speaking of comics, I don't know if you can see my comic book. Yeah, it's Invincible Iron Man. Let me turn off my background, it'd be easier. Because, okay, just for a brief moment, because you can see my comic.
Which? Oh, you gonna pull it up? Go ahead and pull it up. Hold on.
Yeah, sorry. So
no, you're fine.
Yeah. So very quickly, I got the Demon in the Bottle book from Maselli and Lenti and Romano Jr. Drew that like comic cover that you guys saw prior to the Ironheart cover. This is great. This is actually the run that you get introduced by Justin Hammer, the main villain from Iron Man 2, that is played by Sam Rockwell. So if you want to read this comic book, this is where you find it. This is in the Demon of the Bottle. And honestly, Jeff will tell you, and pretty much everyone that's like, a Marvel fan, this is the famous run. This is the famous Iron Man run, just like Dark Knight Returns, or the Death of Superman, or the No More Spider-Man storyline. Like this is the one that people talk about as the best Iron Man story. My friends got. Oh, sorry.
It's a trope that they use as a part of the Tony Stark RDJ Iron Man. That was a part of how they wanted it, right?
Yeah, sort of like
they wanted to display that party style alcoholism. Yeah. They sort of hinted in the first movie that he basically was like a borderline alcoholic.
Yeah, and you saw that a little bit in Iron Man 2. But
and a full-blown slut too.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's another thing I want to bring up is that he's basically Batman with armor, but like he's actually truly a playboy. Like that's the thing about Iron Man. Like he is a true, like narcissist person. That like goes through like a redemption arc of learning his mistakes and like learning the real implications of his weapons. And that's one of the things that's so interesting about Iron Man. Which we saw in the first Iron Man film. Like he gets captured by the terrorists, the 10 rings. Hint, that's the reference for the Mandarin, which I didn't see that. And I didn't know that until I became a huge Iron Man fan. But you saw that, and like he realized his weapons were, being misused. And just him trying to like fix it and try to like, be a better person is like one of the most relatable things as a human person.
No, and honestly, like I was saying, I had mentioned to Andres in the private chat. I never really thought about it, but I've never seen anybody really do an interesting sort of semi-serious, but semi, for the fans, for fun too. Mm-hmm. Sort of like maybe series of videos or shows, like of our type of shows where you really kind of flush out, I guess, I wouldn't know the context or how we would do it, but we would do some kind of parallelization or some type of comparison, or not even do a contrast thing, but just kind of just talk about the Iron Man of the comics and what we got from RDJ. In some form or fashion that would be interesting.
Yeah. I could say briefly. Well, I brought up the alcoholism. Like the big difference with Iron Man and the MCU is that yes, Jeff just mentioned that, and this is the King version that we were talking about. That Iron Man
Scarlet Centurion.
Yes, Scarlet Centurion. That was the name. I knew it was Scarlet, but I didn't know what was the last part or something like that. Yeah, it's weird that they didn't give him the red in Ant-Man 3. Just sidetrack a little bit. Like, why they didn't put the red? Because it was just weird that they gave him like silver, and it's like I don't know. Ant-Man 3, weird movie. But yeah, this Scarlet Centurion, it's very interesting character. Hopefully we see that character in Loki season 2, and this is the live action one. Not bad. I don't know, like he reminds me of like one of the Transformers in one of the Michael Bay movies. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like it reminds me of like Galvatron from Age of Extinction, of course, from the show. If you know what's Graviton, Graviton is Megatron. That was rebirth in the Transformer movie in 1986. If you know your Transformers stuff. Yeah, and then it got adapted into the Bay films and the fourth. Yeah, I know. I don't know how they're gonna kill him already. If you know your Dragon Ball Z stuff as well. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh, I think you're mute, Jeff. I didn't hear that last part. So,
Fuck you! Oh shit! My bad. I turned off my mic. I said, how you gonna let a freaking Tony Stark die and Grogu's alive?
I don't know.
How did Grogu survive all those attacks by those monster fucking like beasts and shit that came out of that lake over there, that in that cave planet and shit that the armor had? All the
I
Mandalorians like hanging out and shit, whatnot. Those alligator monsters and shit that were coming out. How did Grogu not get ate up?
I don't know. It's I don't know. Star Wars.
I mean, he's over there playing with his blocks and shit.
I mean, it's I don't know.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. I think Grogu was funny as shit.
Yeah, hey folks, I haven't seen the Mandalorian, so I don't know what he's talking
Oh,
about.
my bad, man. My bad. Believe me, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It's funny as hell, dude.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about it some other time. Anybody who's
Yeah.
seen Mandalorian season 3 knows what I mean with the whole decision to stay, to keep having their inductions of like young kids into the Mandalorian way right next to a fucking lake where huge monsters come out all the fucking time and kill people. Like regularly. It's a funny trope, brother. If you saw it, you believe you know what I'm talking about.
Well, hey, I mean, I think I heard some. I was seeing the Screen Crush about the the MC season 3, because they were trying to expand the universe, and then they were simultaneously trying to still do the first 2 seasons of being like a space adventure, like hopping episodes, going from one location to the next in the next episode or something like that. And I don't know, it's weird that they were trying to expand the storylines they're trying to do, like the show that's coming out in 2 weeks, Yokusa, and the Kenta storyline, like they were doing so much. I don't know why. It's like, and then of course the Petrus Pascal's character being renewed with the baby so early, because I know that was during the Boba Fett and stuff like that, which should have done that. Like that should have been in season 3, where Pascal renews with the baby in season 3 instead of this other show. It's weird.
I saw an article and a highly viewed, I forget what YouTuber was it, a highly viewed video of over the weekend saying that Disney decided that they're going to go ahead and just make a Mandalorian film. They're not going to do any more seasons. They're just going to do a movie.
That's good.
I don't really know if they're going to do it. I have no idea, but it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, if they're not going to do a 4th season, it makes sense. They haven't announced a 4th season, I don't think, right?
I mean, officially, I think they may have already. Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to look it up. But I mean, I'll put it this way: Jon Favreau's already flat out said that he hasn't even gotten through half of what he wrote, what he's written for the Mandalorian overall, the story.
Okay.
That doesn't mean anything, though. You know what I'm saying? It just means that he has that's how much material is there.
Okay.
I mean, I personally, I don't see how they wouldn't do a season 4. I don't know why. I think honestly, with Disney Plus bleeding subscribers the way they have been, I mean, obviously, I haven't looked at any of their recent numbers, but last year was tough for them. It was really tough. And the year before wasn't good either. At that point, I can't imagine this year was too good either.
No.
At that point, I'd have to believe that for them, for Disney, it would not make any sense to just make a movie. It would be they would be better off. The Mandalorian is the most popular Star Wars series there is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, it's not like I don't think it's that damaged. Like, I think they can like they're fine. I mean, with the Andor thing was successful. Like Obi-Wan got nominated, so I think they're fine. And I think if they want to do another 4th season, they have to have a better storyline and better focus in the next season, and then you should be fine. If
I liked season 3. Everyone didn't hate it. I liked it. I love Bo-Katan.
yeah. That I want to say above. I didn't see season 3, but a lot of people say it was. It had highs, but also have low lows. So that's
If
you
you
know.
if you like the Mandalorians, which again, that I'm just like you are to some extent. So Andres, you're probably more Star Wars knowledgeable than I am. In all yeah, you probably are. You just didn't watch Andor. That's the only thing. That's all. Besides that, it's the only difference. I didn't watch Obi-Wan, so there you go. But I'm about to start Rebels here in a minute. Actually, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm in the middle of season 7 of Clone Wars. And actually, Gunner, folks, was talking the other day, wants to do some shows covering the Thrawn novels. Right? But he wants to do shows based off of on YouTube the animated fan made versions that you can find, where they actually they play out and narrate the Thrawn novels. They're fun. They're pretty cool. The animation's obviously not,
Yeah.
you know,
It's not up par, but I know. I heard great things about the Thrawn Empire. Like a lot of people wanted Thrawn to be the main villain for the sequel trilogy. But didn't happen.
again, they're not being very upfront about how they're going to handle the future of this whole dynamic that they have right now is in terms of their stable, where they have things lined up with Ahsoka now coming out. Honestly, Andres, I think that they're honestly they want to see what's going to happen with Ahsoka. They do.
Yeah.
Right? Because honestly, if I understand correctly, for me, Ahsoka is the best character in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in Rebels, but for me, when she falls off Clone Wars, I started to lose interest. I did.
No, I could understand why.
Yeah, because Anakin changes. You know what I'm saying? He starts becoming more upset and like angry, going to his dark side type shit, all that crap. Isn't that when he starts to kind of go in that direction?
But I mean, makes sense. I mean, that's how. I don't know. It's tough because like we didn't see it, that character in the prequels, so it's like in between, like episode 2 to episode 3, and so like we're adjusting this this like partnership that we didn't see, but it works in later season because you buy up this friendship and all that.
I must have missed an episode or two or something because I'm telling you, at one point in season 6, I thought that Anakin and Padme or whatever broke up.
No. They see they were not together from episode 1 until episode 2 when Anakin was more like a grow up and a Jedi. That's where he gets renewed again.
Well, I would hope he wouldn't be with her when he was 3 years old.
No, I mean, hey, it's sci-fi. You have to disbelieve the age range for bizarre reasons. But yeah, it gets back to her in episode 2, and they get together towards the end of episode 2, and then of course, she gets pregnant in episode 3 with Leia and Luke and all that. And, it's the whole story, of the Star Wars.
Well, I've actually heard that there was some contesting with that paternity of the twins because of some guy named TrueKnowledge having some DNA up in there too. I don't even know. I heard some rumors. I have no idea, but no. That's folks. I'm not force resistant or whatever whatever the hell it's called. But no. Honestly, like I said, Andres, I think that when it comes to, I'm not. I don't think it. I don't know how much it matters to what degree. If you have to be a massive Star Wars knowledgeable person to have a viewpoint, that matters, I guess, to the fandom about Mandalorian season 3. But I liked it. There were people that I know that did like it. They found more positives than negatives. And I like the Mandalorians. I do. The more I started to deep dive into their culture and their lore, it's interesting.
I agree. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, getting back to Iron Man a little bit, the villains I was talking about. Yeah, so lastly, Whiplash. He's another iconic character that was used as Iron Man 2. He's great in the comics. The movie had potential, but he was like great until like when he was not really useful. Like he already exceeded his plan, just like the Joker. But it's like the movie needed a villain, to pad out the whole movie. Like it's just weird. And it's so sad. It's like you got Justin Hammer, played by Sam Rockwell, overshadowing this, like over camp villain performance by Mickey Rourke. It's just funny. I mean, yeah.
I think they just again. I never really thought about this before, but I when I told you Andres or whatever we were talking about this before, and I mentioned to you that he just didn't have the villains in the comics sometimes that just weren't all that outstanding or all that cared for or maybe popular. He did have some good villains, but the thing is what I think the problem was is that they weren't very translatable into the MCU, fabric, right? Into the connective tissue. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Does that make sense? They didn't translate. They weren't well translatable, I believe, or maybe they just did them wrong.
It's sort of tough. I mean, adapting, both heroes and villains and movies, it's going to be tough.
Oh, it is. It is. Oh, it is. No, listen. What they did with Loki in the first original Avengers movie, that is not that is not really comic book accurate Loki.
I mean,
that's not no. That those events never happened. You know what I'm saying? So, like, at that point, I'm just saying that when you think about it, when it boils down to it, really, I don't know about you, but I think Ultron and probably Thanos are the only villains that have ever been really done perfectly, the closest to the comics that have been done.
That's funny you say that because they're completely different in the comics. Like like if you know your Ultron history, he was first made by Hank Pym instead of Tony.
He's way more powerful in the comics than he is in Age of Ultron. Yes.
Yeah, and then Thanos is like very different from the comics. Like he's like
the Infinity Gauntlet is totally different than Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, well, and I'm saying more characteristics on the characters of Thanos and Ultron, and like their backgrounds and all that. Like Thanos, like is obsessed with death, which we got teased in the Avengers first film, but it didn't get through.
Let me rephrase. I made a mistake with that. You're right. They're not comic book accurate at all.
Yeah.
What I meant to say is that I believe that they were the ones that were the most, and Loki that were able to most take from the comics, translate over, and then be effective and powerful and captivating, right?
Yeah.
Compared to Whiplash, for instance.
Yeah, it's tough. Like I mean, because like I mean, with Iron Man, it's because like he's a grounded superhero. It's like a lot of people have to understand he has like the only things he has to face up is either corporate business people like Justin Hammer or armored supervillains like Crimson Domino or Titanium Man or or like technology villains like with Blizzard and Whiplash and all that, and the only exception of Supernatural was like the Mandarin. Mandarin.
Well, that's it. No, that's the thing. That's why he's almost like with the Avengers, he only becomes epic, right? And on his own, he's not really, and that's the whole thing. And that's the thing. You know where I'm going with this.
No, I understand.
I feel like that part from the comic books does translate over into the MCU well, in terms of the fact that that he was so much better in the Avengers films or in Captain America, the Civil War, than he was maybe in the Iron Man 2 and 3 films.
It's tough. I think Iron Man 2.
They were just better films.
Yeah, they were better films. I mean, because they don't have like a weak point like the Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3 had. Like Iron Man 2 was like a so-so sequel, like an average sequel, like not like Thor: The Dark World, but like it was like it had fun moments. Like, come on, the suitcase scene.
You take away Justin Hammer, 2 and 3 are basically the same.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I guess my question is like, I know we like the first Iron Man movie. Let me kind of ask you a ranking of the Iron Man trilogy. Like, I still have Iron Man 1 as my number one favorite. Two for me is Iron Man 3. I like it more. If you've seen Shane Black stuff like Lethal Weapon, Kiss Kiss Bam Bam, like it's a good Shane Black film as an Iron Man film, and that's like, and the twist. Like if you're like me, an Iron Man fan, yes, I was a little offended of the twist, but now we have Shang-Chi, Legend of Ten Rings, that kind of helped me get over that twist, and like it's fine. I think it's a good focused Tony Stark story. And then dead last is Iron Man 2. I don't care about Iron Man 2.
At this point right now, currently, I cannot rank them like that into 1, 2, 3. The best I can do is the first Iron Man film will be 1.
Okay.
I think 2 and 3 are tied for me.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
I like the parts of 3 where he doesn't have the armor.
Yes. Yeah, it's good.
Right? It is good. I like that. I like where he was on his own. I like the kid. I did.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
love the kid. Oh my god. My favorite part. Oh my god. Let's talk about favorite scenes from the Iron Man trailer. My favorite part is like him tricking Tony, like, "Oh, you're leaving me just like my dad," and he's like, "Yeah," and and then he's like like what was it, guilt tripping Tony. It's like, "I'm so cold," and like, "I don't know, I'm so cool. We're connected," and it leaves.
It was good. No, but you know what? When you think about it, though, hey, they certainly did their best when it came to casting great actors and whatnot to play villains and whatnot. Because I mean, look, say
Yeah.
what you want about Aldrich Killian in Iron Man 3. But Guy Pearce is a great actor.
Yeah.
Right.
Him.
Seriously. And if anything, I think he's underrated. I do. I think he kind of caught like flash in the pan syndrome kind of because of how great LA Confidential was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that
or
Memento.
Ravenous too. And Memento and Ravenous was good too.
Yeah. I mean, he's doing fine. I mean, he's still doing work, which is great.
No, he is. I think that it's one of how the stuff how this happens with other actresses. I think that he just came out with. I mean, geez, he would literally came right out with like a gunshot, right? It was in the freaking the film that won the Oscar right for Best Picture that year. Wasn't that his breakout film?
Yeah, LA Confidential.
Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe was in it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That movie has so many like top stars.
Kim Basinger got nominated for an Oscar
when she won that. Actually.
Oh, she did. That's right.
Yeah. Titanic came out in 1997. That's the thing. So
Dave DeVito was in it. Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. Oh God, Kevin Spacey. Anyway, but yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I brought up Mickey Rourke. He's a great actor. He was great for Whiplash. I like the beginning part of Whiplash, and like he was good in that part until they tried to do the two villain like team up that you always see in the Batman films and all a couple of the superhero films. Like it didn't work. It's like, why do we need super villain team up? Like
I read some stuff years ago that there was some problems between not Black and him, but just overall, I think Marvel Studios and him were not. I don't think he was happy.
No,
either. I think with the finished product, I think he wasn't happy.
No, because like John Favreau directed Iron Man 2, and he because like Mickey Rourke did a lot of material, and like they unfortunately cut out a lot of the Whiplash stuff whatnot in the film. So wherever we see, it's just not good because the film is not spending time on the character. So wherever he shot, it's just not in the film, and that's why he was angry, and that's why his performance and his character just comes off very weak.
No, then you take Ben Kingsley. I'm sorry, but I'm still embarrassed for Ben Kingsley what they did to him in Shang-Chi with that fucking little butt face animal fucking thing that they put him with.
What, Morris? What are you talking about? I like Morris and the whole thing. No way. No.
Hey, listen. Apparently, Ben. Listen. But Ben Kingsley must have been down with it. I mean, he must have thought it was cool or whatever himself. Because I doubt he would have been fine if he had a problem with it. I doubt he would have been. He would have done it.
No, I mean, I, he's so funny. Like, I wasn't expecting the twist. He is so funny in Iron Man 3 and Shang-Chi. I just like his comedy bits in these films. And they're good. You know,
I love that he can pull off like urban, like you know what I'm saying. Like I love that he can pull off like an urban, real time American douchebag. You know what I mean? Whatever, right? Like asshole, kind of like con artist type dude, actor, right, or whatever, right?
yeah.
It's
British
yeah,
actor.
yeah. It's like a drug addict. You know what I mean? Whatever, right?
Yeah, I
and
know.
like a womanizer and like a freaking loser, and he pulls it off perfectly.
Oh my god, when he say like, your brother the drugs, like, oh, Tony say like, they got you off from the drugs, and he's like, no, they gave me more. It's so funny when he say that in Iron 3. It's like, and
But again, the premise was stupid though, kind of like what I'm saying, when they flipped it around and everything and whatnot, made him Trevor. It was like,
yeah, I mean, come on, like, yeah, the marketing for Iron Man 3 was so good. Like, you know, like it was one of the best twist reveals of any films I've seen. Like like Star Trek Into Darkness came out that same month in Iron Man 3, and everyone knew about the whole Cumberbatch slash Khan thing, like from day one. But the Mandarin twist was never, like, I never respected that happening. But
it's always amazes me. When I look back at the MCU, and geez, it's what's awesome, Andres, honestly, brother, is that don't even worry about our regular movie reviews. You came around just in time to jump in and help us wrap up our Infinity Saga review series. It's still not finished. We still have to do Infinity War and Endgame and Spider-Man 3. Our last one was Black Panther.
This one's Black Panther. Oh god, yeah. I'm excited to do. I want to do Black Panther. Well, I mean,
What comes after Black Panther? We did them in actual MCU timeline order. So we did Captain Marvel and First Avenger right at the bat.
Oh, that's good. So I don't have to do Captain Marvel. That's good. I don't know. Ant-Man the Wasp. You have to do if.
No, we did Ant-Man the Wasp already.
Okay, so I'm okay. The timeline you're okay. So you did. So you didn't do the Avengers movies. It sounds like.
I've been trying to figure this out for a minute now with Cyber. What comes next? He can't figure it out either.
Okay, because the thing is, okay, because I thought you guys were gonna do chronological order, like from the release date from the first Iron Man.
No. We did DC animated chronologically, but we decided
Marvel.
to do the Infinity Saga series, review series in MCU timeline order, in the actual in their time.
Okay. So
that was Cyber spin. I liked it.
Okay,
I did.
So then the next movie is the Avengers: Infinity War. If not, okay. So that is the next review, and then after that is Endgame, and then after the next thing is Spider-Man: Far From Home.
That would be it. We have 3 more then.
Yeah. So yeah, and then after that is Phase 4.
That's right.
I'll be happy to discuss that because I love Shang-Chi. I like Black Widow. Yeah.
Hey, we got it. I didn't even think about this, Andres. In the studio, I was going to say we've got to do our ranking shows at the end of the year too. We got to do them. We do them every year, so it doesn't matter what happened. We got to rank everything.
Yeah, if we cannot do it on Wednesday, we can do it in Monday report, folks. So I'm fine.
We usually do them in 2-parters, but I think this year we're going to do them in one show.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
There's no need to do 2. There's too much MCU stuff. Honestly, the more that's the thing, Andres, is that look at us. This is what I was trying to tell you, is that we haven't covered Marvel really that much, and there's so much to talk about. There's old stuff to talk about. There's new stuff to talk about. Deadpool 3 is looming, right? And it's looking epic.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god. Deadpool, I'm excited for Deadpool 3. I mean, not only we're getting Hugh Jackman, we're getting Jennifer Garner as Elektra again. I mean, the whole Deadpool
I
cast.
can't believe they're actually doing that. That's crazy.
I know, it's so crazy. I I never believed to see Jennifer Garner again as Elektra. And I mean, it could have been great to see Daredevil, Ben Affleck's Daredevil again, and then it'd be like.
I thought he was going to be in it too.
It, I mean, I'll be.
They can't fit everybody in this damn thing. I mean, they're already they're apparently it's already dead. It's already set. It's basically what's his name? I forgot the got the name of the actors right now. But Professor X and Magneto's the what's his name?
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart has already hinted and said that they're bringing back, like, essentially he already put it out there that they were going to bring him and Elrond, Ian McKellen back. They are like that Kevin Feige, as Barry Stiller's flat out told him, we're not done with you.
I mean, it makes sense if it's in the Deadpool movie. Like, I do want to see those two characters reacting with Deadpool. It would probably be cameos, maybe. You know, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen.
My big thing always was I didn't want to see the X-Men team itself come out of the multiverse. But I don't care if they want to bring the Fox X-Men characters or whatever into Battle World and shit, whatnot, everything and all that. If they want to insert them into that, you know what I'm saying? No.
I don't think that's not going to happen. I think we are going to get our X-Men in the MCU.
We are.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to get the X-Men team out of the multiverse. I don't think. I think it's just we're going to see the
seeds of it. I think will be there.
Yeah, exactly, and I feel like that's more where we're seeing with the mutants. You know, like, I mean,
you're right, and you heard the rumors that Kevin Feige wants to. But he may direct the mutants.
I mean, hey, I believe it, and I'll be happy to see that. So that's good. I guess this be a good time. Like, I don't know if you have anything else to say about Iron Man. I just want to say happy 60th anniversary, Iron Man. I'm happy that, you know, he's a successful character, and I'm happy to be a Marvel fan. So yeah, let's get into the FF stuff. Hold on, I have the list here. Let's not diverge on things. So Walking Dead, right? You want to get into Walking Dead?
Yeah, let me pull it up right now.
Yeah, let's go to Walking Dead. So, and by the way, folks, you're lucky that I mentioned the Cuba attack in Bad Boys 2. I don't know, you know that, Jeff. Like, the whole SWAT team or I don't know, like half of the government officials, agents, were gonna help Will Smith, Mark Lawrence's character, to invade Cuba to rescue her sister from the drug lord, and it just gone hosing the whole nation. It's just so funny, and that mansion gets destroyed so bad.
I've seen it.
Like, oh god, the Spanish mom is my favorite. It's like she has the shotgun, and like she's aiming at it, and then the guy is saying, "I'm sorry," and it punches her. What? Like, what is going on? Oh my god. Anyway, sorry folks. I just want to bring back the.
I did consider for a minute I thought of myself, I'm gonna bring up the Secret Invasion Rotten Tomatoes, right? But then I was like, that's too much. Why add that other layer, right?
I mean, we can do it. I mean,
no. Listen, I'm perfectly content. We reviewed all the episodes of Dead City, folks. We're doing the Daredevil series, which I'm actually really excited for. I am.
Yeah.
I love the fact that it's actually. I love it that it's in France. It's weird, but I love it. I do. Yep, I love the fact that they're shifting geography. You know, they're actually shifting, geographies and whatnot with the shows.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm wondering if with Rick and Michonne, they'll keep them in the same area of the country of where pretty much, say sort of that, that Tennessee, outside of Georgia, before the Carolinas type of territory they were in.
Yeah, I think so. If whatever that, secret organization that took Rick or something like that.
Where did they end up at? Didn't they end up in Virginia? Didn't they get as far north as Virginia?
I think the last time I checked, yeah, right. It was something like that. I hold on, let me check again.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was something. It was like May or something like that.
It's crazy. It's been so long. I can't remember where the hell where they ended up at, how far they ended up getting to, where they got to.
Atlanta, Georgia, the region.
That's as far as they got.
Yeah, I mean, I
wow, that's no, it's crazy. I thought they actually got. I thought they made it out of the state at least. I guess they didn't, huh?
No, they didn't. It's mostly like I think the Fear of the Walking Dead group, like, or the ones that went forward because they're in New Mexico, and then they went up, then down, something like that.
It's definitely interesting. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to Daryl Dixon.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to Rick and Michonne. I really want to see what they did with Rick.
I know.
I can't wait to see him back. You know what I mean? Like, I miss him.
I miss Michonne. I mean, I miss her machete, her sword. I mean, her action. I mean, I miss those two characters. They were great in the show.
Andrea was in Mac and Me. We skipped Mac and Me. Andres, we did. Folks, we had to skip our Mac and Me review on Friday, unfortunately, because I got cut in traffic, and I had a long meeting with StreamYard, and thank you StreamYard for giving me that meeting and the opportunity to get some technical difficulty stuff worked out. I appreciate you. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Christian. But no, it slowed me down. But by the point I finally headed up to Ocala, where I'm at right now, so I'm in the hotel right now. I'm in the opposite room from the porno shoot. For the MCU's Bleeding Edge only fans. No, I'm just kidding. I'm here to spend time with my daughter. And no, I got caught in traffic. By the time we were going to do the show, it was so late. But I'll tell you right now, Andrea's at Mac and Me. She's got this horrible 80s haircut. And Mac and Me is funny as shit. It is goddamn hilarious, bro.
I heard things about this show, and I know that it's a carbon copy of E.T.
It's an E.T. ripoff, yeah.
And it's a poor commercial, like McDonald's, like bonkers movie. That's why.
Listen, all I know is I was at one point I was watching it. I didn't know what the fuck was even happening. I'm like, I laughed my ass off. All of a sudden, the fucking Mac alien kid is in a bear suit. He's in McDonald's dancing and shit in a bear suit on the counter. Everybody in McDonald's is line dancing and shit and everything and whatnot. I'm just like, what is going on here, man? Like, this is bizarre. Like seriously, this is bizarre as fuck.
I don't know. It's this mess. It's crazy.
It's 80s movie. It's an 80s movie, bro. It's funny as shit.
Hey. Crazy things.
It's funny. It's funny, man. I'm telling you, it's hilarious. There's so much stuff in there to make fun of. You can't help yourself.
Hey, I see the clips, so I'm good.
All right, so let's check this out. All right. Yeah. So Tomato Meter, they gave 81%.
Yeah, good.
1% above the audience score. So basically that's like a B minus.
Yeah. Or a B plus, maybe something like that. Yeah, B minus is kind of around there.
Like a B minus. Okay, yeah. I mean, hey, look, there's no point at the end of the day, and I personally don't get all that wound up in this stuff. I really don't care that heavily about it.
No,
I think that's reasonable. If it was a 91%, I would be a little bit more iffy about that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jeff. I think the 81% is like an accurate thing for us. It's not a perfect show, but it's a good show. It's a fun, good show to watch. It's expanding the universe of The Walking Dead. I mean, you have two great actors / characters from the show, and they're doing an awesome job. I'm excited for season 2. I think they started in a good position for first season and to get better next seasons. That's why I'm hoping.
That's what I think too. Good point. I actually think that I'm actually more, I think season 2 is going to be much better than season 1.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, e- especially the time they have now, they are able to like think through stuff in the episodes and all that. So hopefully, but
I feel like season 1 was almost like exposition in a way, right? Like build up, you know what I mean, whatnot, and like and sort of just them wanting to feel out for the first time how to handle taking these characters out of the Walking Dead universe into their own vehicle, right?
yeah,
That's because that is a big jump.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
You
yeah,
could feel, you could see and feel the difference. The
yeah,
atmosphere of the show is different than The Walking Dead. The whole vibe is when you take them away, the characters away, it changes things.
yeah. Well, be careful when you say that because like we did have other spin-offs before the show to come.
You're right.
We,
Hey,
we
I watched the Fear of the Walking Dead all the way. I think to season 4.
oh yeah, I tried to see that. I just dropped off very quickly from episode 1 or 2 or something like that.
I I didn't think they keep on doing it.
Yeah, I'm shocked. Well, I mean they put Morgan in that show, so
I know. I couldn't believe they put Morgan in there, dude. Dude, the Morgan episode of The Walking Dead, whatever season, what was it, season 6 or 7? When he flashes back to how he learned how to use the stick,
yes, Dick, yes.
is one of the best episodes probably of The Walking Dead ever.
I trying to forget. I don't know. I don't know. It was funny that we got a backstory about that. Like
I love Morgan's character.
yeah, I like Morgan his character as well. I mean, I liked his episode in season 3 when we got back to him. It was a really great episode. You know, finding out he had to kill his son. You know, because he got
No,
infected.
his arc was so interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I'd be happy to have a spinoff from Morgan. Like, just get more of that character again. You know, but by himself and stuff like that.
The thing that's the same actor that was in Snatch.
I know. I was. Oh my god! Thank you for bringing that up. Like, yeah, it's great. Like, I mean, we say that with all actors. Like, you know, like it was a couple of shows ago. I brought up that some of the actors are from The Wire, and then they are also in Oz. You know, like it's just so funny to see their
Next year, I'm putting Last Saga 2 Smoking Barrels up
ooh.
for review.
Yeah, I'm curious to see that because Guy Ritchie is a very interesting character. I seen the sequel for Sherlock Holmes 2 weeks ago. It was or last week.
Game of Shadows.
Yeah, it's good. I actually like it. I think I
Oh, it's
like
a
it.
great film. Him and Jude Law are great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jill Low's great. He's great as Boston.
And
Um,
how do you pronounce that actress's name from the Aliens film?
uh, the Naomi Rapace.
Rapace. Oh,
Yeah,
she's
she was.
she's excellent as the gypsy woman or
Uh,
whatever.
yeah, she was good. I liked her. The actor Richard Harris, who plays
Yes.
Minority, the best one I seen. He's like my favorite version of Professor Minority. Yeah,
Oh no, he's great. No, and he's also in Wheel of Time, isn't he? Or no, not Wheel of Time. He's a Foundation.
um, I heard the show. I don't.
He is.
I think he is.
He plays not the I don't know if he's the main character, but he plays the sort of not the antagonist, but the
Hmm.
he's a pivotal character in the story itself. You
Okay.
know, sort of like sort of like the godfather of the story, almost
Hmm.
in Foundation. He does.
Yeah. Okay. So first, I want to correct his name. He's Gerard Harris. Let me say that correctly. And he's from. Yes, he's in the Foundation, as Jeff was saying. Plus, he is from Batman. He's in that show. He's in Batman.
He's been in several good movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me pull his. He's okay. So first off, he was in the Curious Case of Benjamin Button. He was in Lincoln, the Steven Spielberg film. That was good. I like that. He was in
God, I haven't seen Lincoln in so long.
Yeah, me too. I haven't seen Lincoln in a while. He's in Resident Evil Apocalypse. That was maybe the first movie I saw from him. Um, he's
Every
been,
time, you name off movies, anybody names off movies during shows, all I can think of is adding them to the list. I'm just like, oh, there's another one.
oh no,
No,
please no,
you know what I'm saying? Like seriously, like
Mr. D's. That's probably like the earliest one. Mr.
no,
D's.
no, I can't help myself. Like I mean, I just there's like just the concept of my mind of reviewing films. Just I enjoy it. I love thinking about it.
Yeah. He is going to come back in the next Sherlock Holmes film that's in development, which is good.
It's been in
Um,
development for what? Are they actually going to finally produce it or what? Like I mean,
they have the director on lock, so uh, yeah, it should be happening soon. I mean, now that Donnie's not in the MCU, he has time to probably do it. You know.
I've just been wondering. It's been for it's. I mean, it's been a hot minute that we're like. I mean, at one point that the third film was supposed to come out just a couple of years after the second film.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out in 2015 or around 2018, but it just didn't happen. But for reasons, I mean, it's always like, I mean, it's always budget and you know, creative input, from the writers. They're gonna hand the script and all that. It's a lot going for them.
I wouldn't have the cinematic knowledge or wherewithal to be able to make the comparison, but he's got to be one of the best, at least the most of the recent ones. He's got to be one of the best versions of Sherlock Holmes ever.
Ooh, I
For our generation,
sort of. It's been a Cumberbatch.
not our generation, but maybe the younger, even the generations of right now, sort of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess so. I think
It depends on what kind of Sherlock Holmes you like.
that's true. If you're saying for you, yeah, I see where you say that. For me, it's Benedict Cumberbatch. I just like him as Sherlock Holmes. And that show, the Sherlock show, which is great.
I like me some Benedict Cumberbatch too, man.
Yeah, I mean his voice is so good. Like, I can at least quote like some of his lines, like Shankras and all that. And then my favorite was in Into Darkness. You can punch me over and over and over again. I'm like, okay. Anyway,
Now let me ask you a question. Do you
sure.
think that Daryl Dixon will outdo that 81%?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh my God, it's sort of tough. Yeah, maybe if it sticks the landing, like that's my thing. This show did stick the landing.
Is the fact
Um,
that it's not Daryl Carroll? I think it's an impediment. I do.
yeah, it's independent. No, I mean, I don't think so. I think Daryl is good without her. I feel like you could do something unique and different for the character Daryl, and I think the way they're doing it, it's actually really cool. Him being like kind of like Pascal's character from The Last of Us. But in a different country. That's kind of neat in a zombie apocalypse. Um, and with different people.
Also putting him by himself. When like he starts off as a loner
Yeah,
and then becomes someone who likes being a part of the
people,
team.
the team.
Yes.
Yeah. No. I agree. That is definitely Daryl's art. Um,
No, you're right. You know what? Honestly, you're probably right. I think that the actor obviously that portrays it does a great job.
yeah,
And if anything, he's definitely talented. He's a very I mean I'm just bad with names tonight, guys. But
yeah. Norman Reedus. That's the name.
oh, no, Reedus, no, he's always been good. He's a very humble guy. He really is. He's a really great guy.
Yeah,
Him and John Bernthal are tight.
yeah.
I mean, at one point there was a lot of there was buzz he might play Ghost Rider, and everything and whatnot, which I never
I
saw happening.
No, which is sad. But I actually seen the game, the was it the Ramirez version of Ghost Rider in Agent of Shield season 4. It was great. that actor that plays that version of Ghost Rider was amazing. I hope he come into the MCU one day.
I think they're not. I think they're gonna go. I don't know. It could be. I think they're probably gonna go with I don't know. I want them to do the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. I don't want the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. That's kind of overplayed.
Yeah, I don't want the Johnny Cage either. You brought up Danny, or Robbie is the two I want to see in the movie.
Johnny Blaze as Johnny Blaze, just as Johnny Blaze. It's from Spirits of Vengeance when he was with Danny Ketch's Ghost Rider and they were teamed up was great. I love that.
I agree. I don't mind to see Johnny as a mentor to those Ghost Riders. Like that could work. You know,
the Ghost Rider lore is actually pretty interesting. It is. I mean, I mean, for what it is for that time period, I love the Dan Ketch Ghost Rider. I do. But again, that's a generational thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't grow up with Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider.
No, I understand. Yeah. It's the same thing with me with the Flash. Like I'm a huge Wally West. I'm not a Barry Allen fan. So
no, I get where you're coming from, and all I can really say, I guess, is at the end of the day, is that I mean, Carol's going to be in the series. We know that now.
Yeah.
But you know what? Honestly, Andres, I think you know what. If anything, I'm probably overplaying, or maybe it's not fair to diminish Reedus like that. He be on his own, because I mean, you're right. Of course, they can produce a good series with him, with good writing and good shots and good, and France. I'm sure the scenes and cinematography was going to be great, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that aspect, right?
Yeah. I mean, we didn't bring up for The Walking Dead, the city. Like they did a good job of making New York the apocalypse. I
rather would have seen Ground Zero.
That's true. It's tough, to Times Square. It's like you've seen like this thing about New York is like you've seen New York so many times in TV, in movies, and it's like what are you going to do? With Paris, it's like you. I've been to Paris like for 2 days, and it's very gorgeous. And I we have movies if you've seen it, like Paris, like international movies in Paris, but like for us, we haven't seen like a lot really, and so it's going to be exciting to see it.
Well, I banged Paris Hilton one time.
Oh boy, folks, I Paris Hilton of all people, really.
Hey, listen, birthday boy, let's get the hell out of here, man. It's late. You know what I'm saying? We've got a big Loki friggin' season 1 re-review, season 2 pre-review to put together, push out on this 3 Mondays.
All right, so
it's your birthday, man.
Oh, thank you. I thank you for allowing me to talk about Iron Man. So that's good. So I guess we'll save the FF and box office for next week.
Yeah, no, why not? Right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If anything, look, if anything, if you want, what we could probably do is technically, folks, we are slotted to start what we're hoping is going to be, and I'm going to put some videos out to both these too. Maybe Andres can even help me out with them. We're really going to try to make an effort to pull off something interesting that I think is going to be fun, and that's blending in some re-review type action with Loki season 1, where we're going to kind of just bang out 2 episodes a show over 3 shows before we get into basically up to season 2 of Loki. We're also going to then tie that into our preview for Loki season 2, which I think is going to be interesting. Yeah. It's going to be basically just a lot of guessing to some extent, and a lot of rumors and some spoilers and because there's stuff we don't know. And it's complicated. It's complicated.
Yeah, like the big one is like, how is this character Senic, whatever, that serial killer from the comics, is going to fit in the show? Where's Sylvie? How is Sylvie going to be part of the storyline? She remembers, is she a new Sylvie? Kind of like Morbius, and
I don't know. I'm kind of screwed up now because now that I understand that Loki is the variant Loki is time slipping, right?
Yeah.
Because of her pushing him through that portal, right? What is how? What?
Hold on, folks. He's kind of frozen.
Okay, you gotta remember, she grabbed He Who Remains, time traveling device.
Yeah, you know that.
So that's how she's that. I think she's hiding, basically.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like that in the trailer. From was it last week? We reacted like it seemed like she was hiding from there.
And of course, we got to redo it again, just like the 15 Blue Beetles we did and whatnot. That we couldn't get one decent one. Hey, brother, we can probably do it. We can probably do our Loki reaction.
Oh my god! Well,
after I troubleshoot and make sure we're straight.
That's true. Yeah. Well, we're doing the Loki thing, so if it's.
We've got the Django Unchained, I think, on Friday, this brother. I mean, we missed. I think I'm going to talk to Cyber. I think we're just going to go ahead and put Skip back in me for now.
Yeah. So So folks, I wasn't in the shows last week for the DCA ammunition film. I had to do something. A friend thing to do. So I'm coming back for Friday. It's my first pick of this show. It's Django Unchained, as Jeff say. I'm so excited. It's one of my favorite Tarantino films. So check out for Friday. So I'm gonna be there. I'm not gonna be here Wednesday. You guys are doing Braveheart, right?
Braveheart.
Yeah. So sorry guys. I'm gonna be on Friday. So but still support them. Check out Wednesday. Braveheart is a good film. I've seen bits of it. It's not my favorite like Oscar film, So there's other better movies that Mel Gibson has done. But yeah,
I like historical pieces. I do. Yeah, I
do too. Yeah, I do too.
And I like I won't lie. I like the battle scenes, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for that time period, I mean, other than Gladiator, I really can't think of anything else that really.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
that really brought that level of like realness. You know what I mean? Like
Spartacus.
Yes.
Like Stanley Kubrick. It's really good.
Yeah. No. But I feel like Gladiator. It was probably especially Gladiator. Gladiator just kind of changed the game for what was possible in terms of like cinematography and how you shoot some of those scenes in the arena and all that and whatnot, right?
Yeah. No. It was like the modern Spartacus for that generation. Yeah. It plus it inspired other films like Troy and this other movie.
Hell of a review, man. It was a hell of a review.
Mm.
But hey, brother, listen, you can send us off, man. You tell me. Django's Unchained is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, man. I won't lie to you. I've only watched it one time.
Oh, really? I think you will like it. It's great. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, I did like it. It's good. Yeah, I love Leonardo DiCaprio. I love Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, they're great actors. I love it. I mean, like my personal favorite is Jackie Brown. Still, like I think
I love Jackie Brown too, man.
Yeah. See, one day that's gonna be my next pick.
We're doing Jackie Brown, man. We've already talked about that. We have to.
Yeah. We have to.
Michael Keaton is awesome in that movie.
Oh God, I love Michael Keaton. I want to do Beetlejuice. I want to do his other film, Clean and Sober, and of course Birdman. Birdman's my favorite.
Well, believe me, you're gonna get plenty of opportunities, man. I've told you before. I have a feeling that down the road we're gonna end up doing movie reviews.
Yeah.
Of different types, similar to your shorter ones. Eventually we're gonna probably do more of them and whatnot. It's gonna end up becoming probably something that's gonna be featured probably with us eventually at some point.
Yeah, Monday Report. Yeah, we had to figure out how we can paste it. Yeah, and the segments as we did today.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I'll tell you one thing though. I cannot do a review of a movie in 1 minute.
No. It's like, especially if you want to give spoils to people, it's like, we're gonna do that. That's why I say it's better you review, like you see the film, we can discuss it like full on spoilers and like just chat and all that. You know,
Yeah, no, I like the spoiler free stuff. I do. I think I've got to work on it. It's tough. You know what I mean? It's hard. No, I knew it was going to be hard. I didn't realize how hard it is. In all honesty, it's tough.
Yeah, it's so much different from like a TV show, like we did with that. City,
oh yes,
you know?
Oh yeah. No, oh no. The difference between reviewing episodical TV series and whatnot versus films is huge.
Yeah, yeah. No worries. I was with you when we were doing, what was it, Oppenheimer. It was like first time I realized, oh my god, like just different vibe, you know, with that city, you know. It's just, yeah.
Oh, we're gonna review Oppenheimer, man. There's no way we're not gonna do it. We have to.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, yeah. Another rabbit hole.
We're just waiting for Cyber to see it, basically. Hopefully, Cyber. Hopefully you saw it this weekend, brother.
Yeah, I seen the Ninja Turtles last week. Actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Wednesday. So that's why I couldn't come. My friends wanted to hang out. You know, I didn't see them for the last 6 months, unfortunately.
Oh,
So,
hey,
so,
no, I totally understand.
Yeah, so I had to. It was time to get together.
No, if anything, man, what we could probably do is maybe this weekend or something like that. We could probably just do a recorded video and just do a short, 20, 30-minute kind of, video, whatever, whatnot. We could do Barbie. We could do the Fantastic Four Galactus thing and just do it tight.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work. Yeah, I mean, it's not much to say about the Barbie and Oppenheimer box office. They're making money. It's good.
No, they'll probably do better anyway on YouTube anyway because it'll be shorter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That'll be good for the shorts, the YouTube shorts. Yeah.
No, in general, I mean, even at 30 minutes, you're going to do better, like with your views than you are with 3 hours.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the topic. I mean,
you're right. It does. It does depend on the topic. You're right.
Yeah, like it could reach high. Like some of our DC animated films, like it hit high. It's because people like that particular movie. or whatever.
Hey, also Superman was great.
Yeah, All-Star Superman was good. I love that.
I was surprised when I saw the title. I was like, All-Star Superman. What is this going to be? Some bullshit?
Yeah.
What is Superman going to have a dog or some shit?
I mean, he has Crypto. I mean,
is Crypto going to be the main character or what?
Yeah. It's fun. Well, it was funny. Like we see Crypto in the other DC one, the Superman Batman Apocalypse one.
I'm just kidding. It just surprised me. I'm like, All-Star Superman. Like that sounds like something like a title of a comic book back in 1950.
Well, yeah. See, that's the thing. Like that was the point about that story. It was like it was telling you this was going to be a modern, like Silver Age. Like,
I know. Now I know what it's about. I know about the comic book run and everything, whatnot, and everything. I forget about the writer, but I know of him.
Yeah. Grant Morrison is a great writer.
Grant Morrison.
Yeah, he's a great writer. If I highly recommend read Batman Arkham Asylum series Earth. It's a great graphic novel that inspired the game. That's the thing. Check that out and check out All-Star Superman. It's great, and his Batman run is amazing. That's where Damian Wayne came during that time.
That's right. Most definitely. And I'm reading, and I started buying that whole new series of DC Comics.
Oh yeah,
the expanded Batman universe stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I bought pretty much all of them, except for maybe one or two characters. I think I didn't get the Joker one.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard that it's very good.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get the hell out of here, man.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Happy birthday. 9th episode's over. We'll see you later, folks. Take care. Big Edge Report out.
going down. It's going down, 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 down. It's going down, down, down.